Ja, willkommen an Klub Weimar. Heute Ecce Homo. Ecce Homo. George Gross is here.
What's that Latin for?
Oh yeah, but that's the guy when they were pointing out Christ to be strung up. I mean, nailed up. Strung, nailed. We use whatever you have. We have an interesting show for you tonight. I always say that. Lannes Kenfield's with me on Tuli. Andy MacCleod behind the camera and in front of the song. And Sky Hall. And Thelma Blitz with some of her music editing here. As a matter of fact, since this is Christmas, we're going to move right over to Phil Ochs and Ewan MacColl's song, and this is the guy that this is about. Yeah, could you get him on focus?
Is him all the way in focus.
Oh wait, no. Before Phil, we're going to have. This is a radical show, after all. You know, will we have a new Weimar, if we're lucky, with the skinheads being the Hitler Jugend of our time? Just try to live long enough, and you'll see. And we're going to start in with the old Bolshevik song now. This is Hans Eisler and Vladimir Mayakovsky, who supposedly killed himself. Who knows what happened in those days. And let's start in with the good old spirit of Weimar.
Jetzt hast du die Macht verlegt, deine Faust treibt das Gesetz und die rote Fahne weht auf dem Kampf der Staatsobjekt. Vorwärts, Bolschewik.
Vorwärts, Bolschewik.
Gegen Hunger, Dreck und Blut. Für Sowjet und Republik. Stoß den Weißen und der Leute Blut. Vorwärts,
Bolschewik.
Gegen Hunger, Dreck und Blut. Für Sowjet und Republik. Stoß den Weißen und der weißen Leute Blut.
It's exciting.
Oh, they faded fast. Now to return to old modern times. This is Phil Ochs, and he's singing Ewan MacColl's song about this guy. Let's focus on him.
He was a working man, and a hero you will hear, over in the town of Bethlehem, at the turning of the year, at the turning of the year.
No.
When
Jesus, he's the main man. Leave it on there.
Streets rang with
Good.
his name, for men, and put them all to shame. He put them all to shame. He became a wandering journeyman, and he traveled far and wide, and he noticed how wealth and poverty live always side by side, live always side by side. So he said, come all you working men, farmers and weavers too, you will only stand as one. This world belongs to you. This world belongs to you. When the rich men heard what the carpenter had done, to the Roman troops they ran, saying, put this rebel Jesus down. He's a menace to God and man. He's a menace to God and man. The commander of the occupying troops just laughed and then he said, there's a cross to spare on Calvary's hill. By the weekend he'll be dead. By the weekend he'll be dead. Now Jesus walked among the poor, for the poor were his own kind, and they never let them get near enough to take him from behind. To take him from behind. So they hired one of the traders' trade, and an informer was he, and he sold his brother to the butcher's men for a fistful of silver money, for a fistful of silver money. And Jesus sat in the prison cell, and they beat him and offered him bribes to desert the cause of his fellow men and work for the rich man's pride, to work for the rich man's pride. And the sweat stood out on Jesus' brow, and the blood was in his eye, when they nailed his body to the Roman cross, and they laughed as they watched him die. They laughed as they watched him die. 2,000 years have passed and gone, many a hero too, but the dream of this poor carpenter remains in the hands of you, remains in the hands of you.
We'll be back before you know it.
Boy, that was quick. This being the holiday season, and of course Saturnalia, as we all know, they used to call it Christmas. This is from the 4th century in the Common Era, and it was the rules of the priest of Cronus for Saturnalia, as I said, 4th century Common Era. All business, be it public or private, is forbidden during feast days, save such as tends to sport and solace and delight. Let none follow their avocation save cooks and bakers. All men shall be equal, slave, free, rich, poor, one with another.
And women, too.
This was 4th century CE.
There weren't any women then.
Yeah, well, well, and of course, anger, resentment, threats are contrary to the law. No discourse shall be either composed or delivered, except it be witty and lusty, conducing to mirth and jollity. Ho, 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 merry Saturnalia!
Yes, and all these places had their moments with lovers and friends. I still recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I love them all. He that will not, or he that will not merry be, with a generous bowl and toast, may he in Bridewell be shut up. That was the tunes. And shut up too, and fast bound to a post, or a pest even. Let him be merry there, and we will be merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry next year?
This is from the John Wesley Journal in 1758. Our service began at the foundry at 4, in the tabernacle at 8. God was now especially pleased to bear his arm. Not God's arm, but it's an arm. We're all made in God's image, so what the heck. There was a great cry among the people. Oh! Stony hearts were broke. Many mourners comforted, many believers strengthened, prejudiced vanished away. A few only kept their fierceness till
Fucking prick.
afternoon. One of these, still vehemently, angrily, planted himself against me. But before I concluded, he cried out, I am overcome.
I'm overcome.
I am overcome. And then after they all became overcome, and we shall overcome.
And we'll be back in a flash. Long break, I needed that. This is a chance for all of you at home. I think you're at home. Well, what? You told your wife you were going to be at work. All right. This is your chance to sing along at home. And I think you'll like this song because not everybody is at home. Some of us are still in the workhouse. Okay, here we go. It was Christmas in the workhouse, happiest day of all the year. And the pauper was contented, because was full of beer. The master of the workhouse rose through the dismal hall and cried, a Merry Christmas! The paupers answered, balls! And cried, a Merry Christmas! But the paupers answered, balls! Balls? Second verse.
Second verse.
Then angry was the master by all the gods that they had no Christmas pudding, the lousy bunch of sods, or spanking and paupers, they forgot as bad. You can take your Christmas pudding, sir, and shove it up your ass. Just take your Christmas pudding, sir, and shove it up your ass. We'll be back after a whipping and stopping. Picture outside the poorhouse, the Christmas dole for the unlucky people who can't get into the poorhouse. Lanny?
Well, we are in the Christmas season, and in the Christmas spirit, you may have noticed this sign on East 14th Street in the 60s. It was named the Prince of Pizza. Remember the Prince of Pizza Parlor?
Yeah.
I remember that, and it was a Prince of Pizza. When this next bit comes with an illustration, so...
No, that's not the next bit yet.
Yes, it is.
It is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Number 11, we just finished number 10.
What do I know?
We have to be... All right. Yeah, so, yeah, there we go. Now, this is from our old buddy Cotton Mather, whose sermon on December 25th in 1712 went something like this. Can your conscience think that our holy Savior is honored by mad mirth?
He is?
By long eating? By hard drinking? By lewd gaming? And by rude reveling? Rude and lewd at the same time. By a mass fit for none but a Saturn?
Nuns,
Or
too.
a Bacchus?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, nuns go for Saturnalia too. They're screwed up. You cannot possibly think so. If you will, you got to go on and will do such things, I forewarn you, the burning of wrath of God will break forth among you.
Ooh, I'm so scared. Ooh.
1712.
Ooh, scary.
All right, now for a little song poem.
You'll remember this. I learned this at Brooklyn College before you were born, and I've never seen the words quite like this. I like this version. When a Joseph was an old man was he married the Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. Yes, he married the Virgin Mary, the Queen of Galilee. Then Mary said to Joseph, so meek and so mild, please gather me some cherries, for I am with child. Oh, will you gather me some cherries, for I am with child. Then Joseph grew in anger grew he. Let the father of the baby get some cherries for thee. Let the father of the baby get a cherries for thee. Then the cherry tree bowed low down. It bowed to the ground. And Mary had some cherries while Joseph stood around. And Mary had some cherries while Joseph stood around.
Oh, that was Mary. I thought, she still had her cherry. Wow. You remember
You could have
Yorkshire?
your cherry and eat it too.
That's right.
She could have her cherry and eat it too.
Those were the days. This is a Yorkshire children's baking song. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. A hole in my stocking, a hole in my shoe. Please can you spare a copper or two? If you haven't a penny, a halfpenny will do. And if you haven't a halfpenny, well, God bless you. Hey, I think it's your turn now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now is the time for your loving dear, and the time for your company. Now when the light of reason fails and fires burn on the sea. That was Richard Farina's song of the blessed memory. And Lanny, way down south.
Yep. Yeah, this is from Paul Laurence Dunbar, and it was written in vernacular. It's called A Little Christmas Basket. What's the use of telling children about Santy or a Nick, and the stories that a body allus told? When the hearth is gray with ashes, and you hasn't got a stick for to warm them, and the little toes is cold. What's the use of preaching religion to a man that's starved to death, and of telling them the Massa will provide? If you want to teach his feelings, save your sermons and your breath. Take a little Christmas basket by your side. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we hear thee cry, how crazed Christians, Muslims, Jews go out and kill and die.
I think if Rabbi...
Oh, that was really Christmas.
I think if Rabbi Jesus was around, that might be a direct quote.
That's right. Better than Cotton Mather, that's for sure. Well, we get about 9 minutes. We get time for this. This is Dylan Thomas, which you may remember is from his Child's Christmas in Wales. Bags of moist and many-colored jelly babies, and a folded flag, and a fleeced nose, and a train conductor's cap, and a machine that punched tickets and rang a bell. Once, by mistake that no one could explain, a little hatchet and a celluloid duck that made, when you pressed it, a most unduck-like sound. A mewing moo that an ambitious cat might make who wished to be a cow. And a painting book in which I could make the grass, the trees, the sea and the animals any color I pleased. And still the dazzling sky-blue sheep are grazing in the red fields under their rainbow-billed pea-green birds. Hard-boiled, toffee, fudge, and all sorts of crunches and cracknels and humbugs and glaciers and marzipan and butterwelsh, fortawelsh, and troops of bright tin soldiers who, if they could not fight, could always run. And snakes and families and happy ladders and easy, easy for Leonardo, and a whistle to make the dogs bark, to wake up the old man next door, to make him beat on a wall with his stick, to shake our pictures off the wall. And a packet of cigarettes. You put one in your mouth and you stood at the corner of the street and you waited for hours in vain for an old lady to scold you for smoking a cigarette. And then with a smirk, you ate it. Dylan Thomas.
This is for all you vegetarians, their vegetarian delight, we call it, and it's a 1521 carol from, don't remember the melody, it's been so long. It's called Bringing in the Boar's Head. That's the traditional Christmas delight. The boar's head in hand bring, with garlands gay and rosemary. I pray you all sing merrily. The boar's head, I understand, is the chief service in the land. Look wherever it be found. Be glad, lords, both more and less, for this hath ordained our steward to cheer you all this Christmas. The boar's head with mustard. Let this boar's head and mustard stand for pig, goose, and custard, and so you are welcome all, including the, see, the boar is so happy. Can we get him? He's so happy to be part of the party. Look, he's laughing.
Next we have an illustration.
Oh yeah, for the Yule log, right?
No, that's...
Oh, no, we just have
got two more. We had an illustration.
Okay, yeah. This is, let me read it to you. It says, it's suggestions for a different kind of Christmas, and it says, make a rubber stamp which reads, open somebody's mind for Christmas, and stamp it on all your mail. Open somebody's mind, not their pocketbook, you stupid.
Yeah, you know who you are. You're next.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah.
This is by Unknown. He writes a lot of stuff lately. They were all looking for a king to slay their foes and lift them high. Then camest a little baby thing that made a woman cry.
All right.
Now the illustration.
Now, this is goes back to some of our illustrious history, the slave era. Creole slaves were released from work as long as the Yule log burned.
Here's the Yule log.
Oh,
keep reading.
Oh yeah, go.
Keep reading, Len.
Yeah. And a longer lasting.
No. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Start all over.
That one? Which
No.
one? That
the
one?
red. The red.
The red one. All right, we'll get it.
Okay, we got it.
All right. A longer lasting fire was arranged by selecting the biggest and greenest log available. And in addition, work done while the fire was burning had to be bought with hard cash.
All right.
They actually
Yule.
It's not that they didn't make them stop working, but they had to actually pay them for the work at that point. So.
Well, someone
I
has
get about 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yep.
All right, I think maybe we'll go to the end poem.
Yeah,
And this is by...
You're doing this one, right?
Yeah, this is by Thomas Hardy, and there's a line here about a Barton in yonder coombe, that's English. Was he in Sussex? He was a country boy. And a Barton by Undercombe means a farm in the little valley. And it's called the Oxen. Christmas Eve and 12 of the clock. Now they are all on their knees, an elder said as we sat in a flock by the embers in hearthside ease. We pictured the meek, mild creatures where they dwelt in their strawy pen, nor did it occur to one of us there to doubt they were kneeling then. So fair a fancy few would weave in these years. Yet I feel if someone said on Christmas Eve, "Come, see the oxen kneel in the lonely Barton by yonder coombe our childhood used to know," I should go with him in the gloom, hoping it might be so. We still have
Still have a couple
time.
minutes. Here's
Yeah.
something from Thomas Carlyle.
Oh yeah.
If Jesus Christ were to come today, people wouldn't even crucify him. They'd ask him to dinner and hear what he had to say and make fun of it.
Ah, dear friends, as years go on and heads get gray, how fast the guests do go. Touch hands with those that stay. Strong hands to weak, old hands to young. Around the Christmas board, touch hands. Old Adirondack Murray said that around the turn of the last century. And as we head into
I got over a minute.
as we head into the last century, I mean the next century, don't do what. Don't arrest Santa. No, not anymore. Give him a shot. And
Let us give Santa a break today.